Pokémon Horizons episode 98 just tore the fanbase in half. From an incredibly controversial battle, to more ship and teasers, to the plot twist of the century, there is a lot to unpack, dude, and unpack it I will. So be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and now let's dive into it. The episode began with Dot having a super sweet reunion with her slightly overbearing, very overprotective uncle Murdock. It's so clear how much Murdock missed her in the past year, and Liko, Roy and Naruto get to witness the entire thing. Katy then arrives too, and man, look how short Dot is. I'm guessing Dot never had a growth spurt like the others did. Soon after, they all share desserts, and it really feels like a big family reunion, you know? Everyone's having fun, eating, catching up, and I loved it so much. But do you know what I didn't love? We finally got our first real look at Roy's Lucario's personality. And I hate to say it, it's exactly what we all feared it would be. Man, Roy's Lucario is another stoic, moody, serious Lucario. Bruh. Lucario is just stood there boringly judging everyone for enjoying themselves, and that disappoints me more than words can explain. I'm so tired of every Lucario feeling like a copy-paste job. They're always brooding and stoic and quite frankly boring. I didn't really like it with Ash's Lucario, and I definitely don't like it with Roy's Lucario either. Now I am gonna hold out hope that maybe in future episodes we'll get flashbacks to the past, flashbacks that can show why Roy's Lucario is like this. Maybe there's a real valid reason, you know? And hey, who knows, maybe eventually later on Lucario could grow into a more unique personality. But honestly, this is a rough first impression. Is it really too much to ask for a Lucario with a different vibe? And the biggest question of all, how the heck is Cameron's Lucario the only one to avoid the curse? Anyway, rant over. Shortly after, we got the biggest, greatest plot twist reveal of all time. It turns out that in the past year, Murdock fed his Rockruff so many desserts that now it's evolved into a chunky, chubby Lycanroc. You heard me right, look at the chubby little guy. I love him so much. He's so cuddly and chubby and chubby. He's the most perfect little guy there's ever been. This had no right to be as absolutely peak as it was, dude. I love when Pokemon have unique personalities and appearances. So yeah, chunky Lycanroc is incredible. And then the laughs just kept coming when Naruto met Katy, because as expected, he immediately began panicking and blushing. And honestly, Naruto, I get it, man. We all know Katy is very confident and very beautiful too. For me, I especially have a soft spot because she loves bug-type Pokemon as much as I do. But yeah, Naruto freaks out so much that he literally falls over, but luckily Dot is there to help him up. And we then get the reveal that Naruto thought Dot is a boy all along, so that's why he stayed calm and didn't go crazy. But then of course, Murdock quickly revealed that Dot is a girl, and Naruto absolutely loses his mind even more than before. He realizes that he just touched hands with a girl, so his brain is absolutely overloaded and fried with this information. I love all the little romance, ship and teasers like this that Naruto is bringing along. It adds such a fun dynamic that we never really got before the time skip. Shortly later, Murdock hears Naruto talking about the explorers, and he immediately begins worrying that Dot's getting herself into something dangerous. But Dot doesn't care, she doesn't try and hide it. She confidently tells her uncle that she's diving headfirst into the danger. Man, I love how confident Dot is now. So yeah, our heroes tell Murdock everything, and Murdock is understandably shocked and tells them it's too dangerous. But Liko proclaims that they're stronger than they were a year ago. They're ready to be the rising Volt tacklers again. So then Katy asks Liko to prove that to Murdock by battling her. So yeah, Katy then reveals her newly evolved Ursaring, and she declares that she wants to battle Pogogo. On the battlefield, Pogogo transforms and the battle begins. Ursaring opens with high horsepower, which Pogogo blocks with Protect. Then Pogogo counters with Ancient Power, but Ursaring smashes through with Hammer Arm. Ursaring then goes for repeated Fury Cutters, eventually breaking through Protect and landing a huge hit. But Liko and Pogogo rise back up, stronger and more passionate than ever, and they retaliate with Rapid Spin. That hits Ursaring hard, and Katy is impressed by their power, so she decides to terrestrialize Ursaring, before firing off some boosted Fury Cutters. Knowing that they have to give it everything they have now, Liko and Pogogo respond with Terra Starstorm. And dude, I swear it's like a PK Starstorm straight out of Super Smash Bros. It's so overwhelmingly powerful, and Ursaring tries to hold on, but it's just too much. Ursaring gets knocked out, meaning Liko won the battle. There is so much I have to say about this battle and the reactions to it, because it Scarlet has been absolutely crazy in the fanbase. So many angry opinions from every direction. But I'll talk about all of that in a couple of minutes after we cover the end of the episode. Murdock was stunned and amazed watching all of this, seeing Liko commanding Terapagos with such ease. Because you've got to think, dude, Murdock didn't witness all of Liko's greatest battles. He didn't witness her battling Zygarde or battling Gita or battling Rayquaza. The last time Murdock witnessed Liko, Roy and Dot battling was at the very beginning of their journey. So seeing them now, seeing Liko battle alongside Terapagos like that, Murdock's absolutely amazed. He tells Liko that her battle showed him her feelings and her power, so now he's okay with them reforming the Rising Voltacklers. Let's go, dude! Our heroes are so excited and they proclaim that now they need the Brave Olivine airship. That way they can really get the group back together and it'll make it way easier to travel around and find evidence. But I think Murdock thinks he's a Pokeferlax video title or something, because man, he suddenly drops a bombshell. He reveals that the Brave Olivine airship was dismantled after what happened a year ago. There is no Brave Olivine airship anymore. And bruh, this would have been a crazy heartbreaking twist if it wasn't for the fact that the preview for next week's episode already spoiled that it's not true. We literally see the airship in the preview. That's so dumb, man, but whatever. Our heroes are gutted, but then they declare that they'll just find Orla in Galar and ask her to build them a new airship. I'm so excited to see Orla again, man. I bet she's so different after what happened a year ago. So Liko, Roy, Dot and Naruto hit the road waving goodbye, and then shortly after Murdock has a bit of a heart-to-heart with Katy, talking about the younger ones and his feelings on everything. But then Katy tells Murdock that he still has potential himself. He still has the ability to keep fighting too, just like the kids do. And it's really clear that that conversation leaves Murdock thinking about rejoining the Rising Voltacklers again someday himself too. So that was episode 98. Before we begin discussing the drama that Liko vs Katy caused in the community, I quickly want to talk about my overall feelings first. The good stuff and the bad stuff. I do personally wish that more focus was given to the reunion between Liko, Roy and Dot after they've been apart for a whole year. That part of the episode did feel kinda brushed over, unfortunately, and I am still really bummed that Lucario's only trait in the episode was being stoic and boring. I don't know, I was hoping that a more chilled out, light-hearted episode like this could finally be the moment to show Lucario in a more joyful, happy light, you know? But I guess not. Maybe someday, dude. I do also kinda wish that Liko vs Katy showed off Liko's skill much more. We've seen in the past that Liko's an incredibly talented, skilled battler. Some of the plays that she's pulled off with Meowscarada in the past are phenomenal. So it's a shame that the way she beat Katy in this episode, it felt more like a battle of brute force, you know? With Terapagos only winning by basically overpowering Ursaring with a super overpowered move. I don't know, I've never really been a big fan of battles that are decided through just raw power, you know? I would have liked to have seen more focus on skill or intelligence rather than just sheer power. But don't get me wrong, the battle was still a fun one, and I did really love the emotional stakes as well. I also adored the carefree, happy feel of the first half of the episode, seeing our heroes just having fun and enjoying being in each other's company again. I think that was exactly what they needed, dude. I had a smile on my face the whole time, and there were so many laugh out loud moments too, from chonky Lycanroc to Urito being Urito. This was such a funny, entertaining episode. But where the heck are Murdock's little sushi fish though? Did Lycanroc eat them as well? So yeah, overall I enjoyed the episode, even if I do have some issues. But my issues will never be as big as the issues that some people had with Liko vs Katy. Where do I even begin? So, a lot of people were angry at this battle, and all of it revolves around Liko. As we all know, Liko has lost in a lot of official battles in Pokémon Horizons so far. She unfortunately doesn't have the greatest win rate ever, so because of that, she's always getting people calling her weak and insulting her over it. Some people have been doing that for like 2 years now. For me, I find that really dumb, because Liko's opponents have been incredibly powerful, way more powerful than any regular trainer, and plus Liko has always learned and grown from every defeat. That doesn't make her weak at all. But regardless, a lot of people still like calling her weak. So now in this episode, seeing Liko struggle against Katy for some of the battle, and then seeing Liko winning by using Terapagos, as you can imagine, those people were angrier than ever. It really did tear the fan base, the community completely in half. I've seen so many people in the past day and a half totally hating on the battle, claiming that it's pathetic, that Liko is apparently so weak, that the only way she can defeat the first gym leader is to use a legendary Pokemon, and that her struggling whatsoever in the battle, even with a legendary Pokemon, is proof that she's weak. And then of course other people are arguing back, claiming that that's nonsense. And I agree, it's total nonsense. Instead of saying, wow, Liko is so weak that she needed a legendary Pokemon to even beat the first gym leader, why don't we reframe it entirely and instead say, wow, Liko is so strong that she can now effortlessly command a legendary Pokemon in battle. That's way more impressive to me, dude. And it just goes to show that how simply reframing and shifting our perspective can change everything. Commanding a legendary Pokemon like Terapagos is so impressive. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of growth, of power, of trust. That's huge in my eyes. And besides, Liko didn't need Terapagos to defeat Katy. That would imply that Liko sucks as a trainer, and that's just not true. This is the same Liko who previously defeated a champion in a battle. The same Liko who nearly defeated a 50% form Zygarde. Calling Liko weak is the biggest stretch, and honestly the biggest misinformation ever. And let's not brush over the fact either that Liko didn't choose to use Terapagos. Katy literally asked her to. I really don't understand how that can be perceived as Liko needing to rely on Terapagos to win. She's proven time and time again that that's not true. It honestly makes me sad that she keeps getting hit by these accusations so constantly. So let me know your thoughts on the episode below, and if you enjoyed my review then feel free to drop a like and maybe subscribe too. Real quick though, before we end the video, I really hate to have to tell you guys this, but in a few days I'm actually going on a big vacation. My first big one out of the country in years, and that means I'm going to be away from home for a few weeks. Don't get me wrong, I'm so excited, but I'm also gutted that it'll probably impact my channel and the momentum we're building, because obviously it's going to be way harder to make videos. I am going to bring a little old laptop and a trashy microphone with me when I travel, so I'll do my best to still make review videos every week, but I really hope you guys can understand that those videos are not going to be up to my usual standard. The audio will probably be worse quality, the editing will have to be lower effort, and overall they'll have to just be more rushed, you know? So yeah, I'm sorry that sucks, but hopefully you guys can bear with me for a few weeks, and then we'll be back to normal afterwards. I want to give a massive shout out to all of my amazing channel members. Dowpals, Toten, Racco, Poke-san, Regular-san, Zach, Juscadia, Jay, Blazing Shots, Shiny Charm, Hope, The Duff One, Not Mini. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And on that note, thank you all so much for watching, and best wishes until we meet again.